After you have mastered Samadhi, you enter the stage called Omniscience. Before going on to describe it, let me tell you about the realization I reached through Samadhi. It can be summarized as follows. 1. Everything is in flux. Everything in the whole universe and all dimensions undergoes change and never keeps its original form. 2. No concept idea belongs to one's true self. No fixed or common ideas in this society belong to one's true self. 3. Existence itself is the source of negative deeds. For all beings, including human beings, their very existence itself induces the cause for negative deeds. For instance, we kill or lie so that we may live. Hence, I have concluded, everything is suffering. This is omniscience. One obtains omniscience by knowing everything through Samadhi. You will also come to this inevitable conclusion when you have achieved this stage. Now, when you have come to this stage called retreat, you should leave your daily social activities, even if it is only for a short time. You will also have to separate yourself from your disciples and friends. It is because, by this time, you see and feel the world differently from other people, and find it very difficult to get along with them. If such a case happens repeatedly, you may develop a mental disorder and come to avoid people. This period is also important to establish for yourself because, having gone through the aforementioned process, you have become a completely different person. You have to establish this new self by detaching yourself from worldly influences. I spent this stage practicing in the solitude of the Himalayas and other similar places. This has been the only time since then that I could devote myself completely to the practice without being disturbed by anyone. The absence of the telephone was such a blessing. To establish your new self, you proceed to the stage of detachment. In this stage, you practice some particular meditations, in which you offer everything to your guru, your body, your mind, material objects, everything. Enlightenment is the passport to Nirvana. When your mind ceases to manifest after this practice of detachment and your true self is unaffected by any stimuli, you will come to the state called the independent existence of true self. This is the state in which you are free from all existent sufferings. Now you can leave your body and enter Nirvana whenever you wish. However, once you have entered Nirvana, you will never be able to come back to this world, so you have to choose the time very carefully. After you have entered Nirvana, both your body and your consciousness become immortal. In other words, the four major human sufferings, birth, old age, sickness, and death, no longer exist. Furthermore, your true self is eternally immersed in ultimate joy. There is true happiness. I have attained enlightenment, but my intention is not to enter Nirvana. After this lifetime is over, I will be reincarnated into the human realm again. I will be born and born again, for it is my mission to send all sentient beings to Nirvana. This is why I did not go into Nirvana despite the fact that I had attained enlightenment in my past lives. If I should leave my physical body now, I would automatically enter Nirvana. This is when the yoga of transferring consciousness becomes necessary. This yoga is, in short, the training to reincarnate oneself at will. It is not only I who has to practice this yoga. Every Mahayana Buddha must master this yoga because Mahayana Buddhas have been saving other beings by reincarnating themselves again and again. The yoga of transferring consciousness, Pho-wa. The final practice is Pho-wa, the yoga of transferring consciousness, by which we go into the state of Samadhi and experience every possible reincarnation by transferring consciousness. This practice makes it possible for you to reincarnate into any realm you wish at the moment of death. The reason why I have a thorough knowledge of the world after death is that I have practiced this yoga. The final video of the Real Kundalini Yoga series turned out to be short, so I will complete it with one of the practitioner's experiences. I think a lot of people are interested in understanding what goes on in rigorous practices and what exactly is being practiced there to achieve. I will gradually translate and post to the Telegram channel, link in the description, the practice diaries of various achievers. I hope it will be useful to you. Experience of a practitioner, an attainer of light. December 20th, I went into intensive training to attain Kundalini Yoga. What a program! Hinayana Chandali, Guru Yoga, Apankriya. The program centers around esoteric meditations and pranayamas. The Master has prepared the shortest way to the attainment for us. I will do my best. I will do my best at the practice the Guru has given us. I had promised to the Guru. I will do my best by all means. I will make the attainment no matter what happens. My practice advanced quickly as I had expected. No, more quickly than I had expected, thanks to the esoteric meditations conferred directly from the Master and his empowerment. The nectar of immortality fell during the meditation and I experienced levitation. I did not mean to float, but my body floated in the air by itself. If it gets higher and higher, I will be able to conduct the perfect levitation, I thought. I had especially rich experiences of light. Clear sparkles of light twinkled before my eyes during meditation. Large rainbow-colored beads of light slowly descended from above and enveloped me. At another time, after I saw a white spiral of light ascend, it enveloped me from below and I was in a whirlpool of white light. One of the most impressive experiences was that of a future vision. It was during the meditation of completion. The Master came into the room after we had received the initiations of bread and a rice cake. "What is this? This is the space of appetite," he shouted at all of us and reduced the amount of the initiations by half. The following day, much to my surprise, the same thing happened. I saw a future incident in the astral world during the meditation. The last experience was the unforgettable Samadhi. It was January 13th. My practice had progressed steadily, and just as I was about to start Mahayana Chandali, the Master told me to go into the underground Samadhi, which was the last practice for attaining Kundalini Yoga. Having received powerful empowerment from the Master, I went into a 3 cubic meter chamber buried underground. January 14th, I went into meditation in the astral world and experienced an intense state of joy that I had never experienced before. I was supposed to be chanting a mantra and I knew that I had to quit because it was a waste of time, but I did not want to quit as it felt so good. When 4 hours had passed, regretfully I forced myself to come back to the physical body. January 16th, pain has surfaced suddenly. I feel pain throughout my body. It is not just the pain from sitting in the full lotus posture. My entire body aches. I cannot continue my meditation. Suddenly there was a phone call from the Master. Unbelievable timing. Your body aches because the wind is rising. You have pain because your nadis are narrow. Concentrate on the chant. I pulled myself together with the Master's advice. Guru indeed knows the conditions of his disciples no matter how far away they are. I had another chance to experience the Master's divine powers. When I tried to concentrate on the chant, I felt the strong presence of death. I concentrated intently on the feeling. The fear of death disappeared suddenly. I feel that I am not afraid anymore. January 17th, all my desires have subsided. No thoughts arise. All is calm, a state I have never experienced. Soon after this, all worldly desires were torn off and fell. White chunks of worldly desires were torn off and fell just like rice cakes. Somehow the desires were recognized as chunks. My pride, appetite, sexual desire, everything fell in chunks. It was very bright around me, lit by the light from within. I was sitting in that bright space. A strong sense of gratitude to Guru, Great Lord Shiva, and all the true victors, Tathagatas, welled up. Shortly after this, I recognized that my breathing had completely stopped. I was in Samadhi. After the 4-day underground Samadhi, I became an attainer of Kundalini Yoga. The oxygen consumption in the chamber measured by an accurate instrument showed a far smaller figure compared to that of an ordinary person. Buddhism teaches that one's breathing corresponds to one's worldly desires. The less one's worldly desires are, the less one breathes. My practice had reduced my worldly desires, and when I entered Samadhi, the ultimate state of meditation, my breathing stopped. I did not eat or drink during these 4 days, but this was not painful. I was also fully awake and did not sleep at all. Of course, these things have their values, but the most wonderful thing is the state of mental quiescence. It is difficult to describe the state in which there is no suffering from afflictive worldly desires. I suppose only those who have attained it can understand it. I was an ordinary businessman before entering the path of practice. I did not have any particular talents. But thanks to the Master's wisdom, love, and perfect supernatural powers, I could reach this stage on the path. I still have a long way to go. If it is possible, I sincerely hope to follow the great Guru in my future life as well. This is not a commercial project. For as many people as possible to come across this information, please like it, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment of 8 words or more.